the TokyoBill Weekly Update, an end-of-week news brief on events in and around Japan. Today is April 26, 2025. Congratulations to Gary Bremerman, who hosted Beers for Books. Beers for Books is a charity event in support of Room to Read, an organization dedicated to purchasing reading materials for children in impoverished communities and countries. Over 50,000 yen was raised at the event this week. On to this week's stories.
Mobile device users beware. Concerns have been raised about illegal radio signals from fake base stations in Tokyo and Osaka, which may lead to personal data theft and fraud. Internal Affairs Minister Seiichi Murakami acknowledged the issue at a press conference last week, mentioning signal interference affecting mobile services. Fake base stations, known as IMSI or IMSI catchers, can enable fraudsters to send scam messages, potentially leading to stolen data. Some mobile phones are more prone to connect with these signals, making such users particularly vulnerable. The ministry is coordinating responses with relevant agencies, and mobile carriers are investigating the situation. Japanese record label Nippon Columbia is facing heavy criticism for planning to release a posthumous CD of popular enka singer Aki Yashiro, which will include private nude photos taken during her youth. The CD was set to release this week and features 2 nude pictures as a so-called bonus. The governor of Kumamoto Prefecture, where Yashiro was born, condemned this action, calling it unforgivable and likening it to revenge porn. Yashiro's management company also criticized the planned release and issued a legal notice to stop it, but received no response. Public outrage has led to a trending hashtag and an online petition with over 7,000 signatures to cancel the CD. Public outrage has led to a trending hashtag and an online petition with over 7,000 signatures to cancel the CD. East Japan Railway has started a new cargo transport service using bullet trains, which began last week on the Tohoku Shinkansen line. This service connects Tokyo with northeastern Japan and transports items, such as seafood products and furniture, 700 kilometers in about 3 hours. Scheduled for every Friday, 2 of the 10 train carriages are used for cargo, each holding around 200 cardboard boxes. JR East aims to expand its cargo transport business as passenger numbers decline, planning to extend cargo services to other Shinkansen lines. The goal is to earn about 10 billion yen annually from freight services. British self-driving technology company, Wave, has opened its first testing and development center in Japan, marking its entry into the Asian market. The center will develop AI-powered driving software in partnership with automakers and conduct tests in Tokyo. Wave's camera-first technology uses machine learning to analyze traffic patterns, contrasting traditional systems that rely on detailed maps and extensive sensors. Japan's aging population and driver shortages make it a key market for autonomous driving solutions. The Japanese government is easing regulations to support the development of such technologies, enabling companies like Wave to operate effectively. This expansion highlights the global race for leadership in autonomous driving. Suguru Onda, a Japanese doctoral student at Brigham Young University, had his visa reinstated last week after it was revoked unexpectedly due to a reported criminal record. His attorney stated that Onda was not guilty of anything more serious than speeding tickets and a fishing license violation. It's suspected that AI software wrongly flagged him for visa termination. Onda was initially given 15 days to leave the US, but now feels relieved that his planned deportation has been corrected. The reinstatement came as a surprise since immigration officials did not contact Onda directly. He and other international students have filed a lawsuit against the Department of Homeland Security for violating their rights. None of Prime Minister Shigeru Ishiba's cabinet members visited the Yasukuni Shrine during a recent spring festival this week, mainly for diplomatic reasons. Ishiba sent a ritual decorative offering, to which China and South Korea responded negatively, as the shrine symbolizes Japan's militaristic past. Past visits and offerings by Japanese leaders usually lead to sharp criticism from Beijing and Seoul, especially due to Japan's invasions and colonization. Some ruling party members have visited the Shinto shrine, including former ministers close to Shinzo Abe, who himself visited in 2013. Yasukuni Shrine honors Japan's war dead, which includes those convicted of war crimes. This has been the Tokyo Bill. These stories and more you can read at theTokyoBill.com. I've been, and remain, Tokyo Bill. Thank you for listening, and take care.
A report reveals that the Japan Rugby League 1, JRLO, plans to change player eligibility rules. Starting in 2026, at least 8 players on the field must have Japanese blood, affecting foreign-born players. Those with Japanese passports, like Warner Dearns and Dylan Riley, won't be recognized as Japanese unless they achieve 30 international caps. This move aims to increase the Japanese identity of the national team, reducing demand for foreign talent and impacting recruitment from the Pacific region. This change may have the effect of allowing New Zealand, Australia, and the Pacific Islands to retain more talent. A survey by the Japan External Trade Organization, JETRO, shows over 80% of businesses are affected by U.S. tariffs. Around 7,500 firms responded to the survey. About 46% reported current effects from the tariffs, while 36.4% expect future impacts. 63% noted a decline in exports to the U.S., and 52.6% cited decreases in sales and profit due to the global economic slowdown. To address the tariffs, 39% of firms plan to pass on costs to consumers, while 29% intend to reduce internal costs. On Tuesday, the U.S. Embassy in Tokyo announced that non-immigrant visa applicants must provide accurate information about their social media accounts used in the last 5 years. Failure to do so could result in a denied entry. Despite past investigations into social media postings having minimal impact, concerns are growing among Japanese travelers, with at least one online commentator comparing U.S. policies to China's Cultural Revolution. Applicants need to accurately include all social media platforms on their DS-160 form. Details on the vetting process remain unclear, so applicants are advised to visit the U.S. Embassy Tokyo's official website. Japanese police will start enforcing so-called blue ticket fines for cyclists from April 1st next year, targeting minor traffic violations like using phones while cycling. This system allows cyclists to pay fines instead of facing criminal charges and follows a rise in bicycle accidents. The National Police Agency has planned fines for 113 violations, with specific amounts set. Cyclists using smartphones will face a fine of 12,000 yen, about $84. Other fines include 6,000 yen for ignoring red lights, 5,000 yen for riding bikes with malfunctioning parts, and 3,000 yen for riding side by side. Public comments are to be accepted from Friday this week before revising government ordinances. Japanese truck and bus maker Hino Motors reported a record annual net loss of 217 billion yen, about $1.5 billion, due to expenses from a data falsification scandal. The results, released for the fiscal year ending in March, include significant penalties paid to U.S. authorities for falsifying emissions and fuel economy data, as well as legal settlements in Japan. Despite the loss, Hino's net sales rose by 12% to about $12 billion, and it achieved an operating profit of around $400 million. a recovery from last year's loss. He now expects a net profit of approximately $140 million for the current fiscal year. A Japanese court ordered Amazon Japan to pay 35 million yen for not preventing sellers from offering fake products. The trial at Tokyo District Court focused on Amazon's duty to monitor listings and remove counterfeits. Medical equipment maker Tri&E Company and its distributor Excel Plan Company claimed their sales dropped due to these counterfeit items. Judge Yuko Shintani noted Amazon failed to act against counterfeit listings, noting they have an obligation to protect sellers once made aware of fakes. Excel Plan was the only group compensated, with the landmark ruling highlighting the need for better authentication systems on online sales platforms. A research group led by Kaede Kimura from Kyoto University has created an AI model that detects invasive cane toads and Southeast Asian tree frogs by analyzing their calls. They tested the model throughout the year and found it could identify these calls accurately, even in diversely noisy environments. Iriomote Island, a natural World Heritage Site in Okinawa Prefecture, is at risk from these invasive species, which threaten local wildlife. The model repurposes technology developed for listening to bird calls and further adjusted based on the frogs' breeding seasons. Kimura expressed hopes that the environment remains healthy despite the challenges from these invasive species. That brings us to the end of news items for the week ending April 26th. These stories and more you can read at theTokyoBill.com. I've been, and remain, Tokyo Bill. Thank you for listening, and take care.